Do you like going to battle phase? Do you enjoy turning your brain off and watching your opponent's life points disappear? Do you want to play 15 hand traps and still have a functional deck? Then let me introduce you to Tenpai Dragon. Despite looking complicated, this deck is surprisingly easy to pick up, which begs the question, is Tenpai actually the most brain-dead deck in Yu-Gi-Oh? Tenpai is a deck that stems from the game Mahjong, a Chinese tile game in which players draw and discard tiles to build a winning hand. In Mahjong, Tenpai means you're one turn away from victory, which is quite fitting because this deck hopes to achieve exactly that. Tenpai is a going second Synchro OTK deck that uses small fire dragons to attack, Synchro summon during the battle phase, revive themselves, and attack all over again. The deck consists of 4 main dragon monsters, a powerful field spell, a quick play spell, a level 7 Synchro Dragon, and 2 level 10 Synchro Dragon. Well, technically one of them isn't actually a Tenpai card, but we'll go over that later. For now, let's break down the cards and see why this deck became so feared. The first card, and your most consistent starter, is Tenpai Dragon Pydra. When Pydra is normal or special summoned, it searches a Sangen spell or trap from your deck. While the trap and continuous spell don't see much play, the quick play spell and field spell are the cards that make the deck function. Most of the time, Pydra is the card that gets your entire combo started. It also has an effect that stops you from taking any battle damage from battles involving your fire dragon monsters. However, the real effect we love is when Pydra searches for one of our spells. From there, you'll usually move into Tenpai Dragon Genroku. Whenever Genroku is added from your deck to your hand, except by drawing it, it can immediately special summon itself, increase its level by 1, and become a tuner. This gives you easy access to your synchro plays and helps you extend your combos. Genroku can also tribute itself to special summon another Tenpai Dragon directly from the deck, which can help play around negates and keep your combo moving. The most important monster in the deck, however, is Tenpai Dragon Chundra. Chundra is your starter, extender, and your only natural level 4 tuner. If you control a fire dragon monster, Chundra can special summon itself from the hand. Then, during the battle phase, Chundra can special summon a level 4 or lower fire dragon monster from your deck. This effect is what allows many of your strongest combos to happen entirely during the battle phase. Unfortunately, Chundra is currently limited to 1 copy, meaning losing access to it can be devastating. If it gets sent to the graveyard, things can get pretty rough. That's where Tenpai Dragon Fodra comes in. When Fodra is normal or special summoned, or at the start of the damage step, it can revive a level 4 or lower fire dragon monster from your graveyard. This allows you to recycle your resources, recover Chundra, keep your combo going even after your opponent tries to stop you. Additionally, Fodra stops your fire dragon monsters from being destroyed in battle.
But where do the spells come into play? And what about the synchro monsters?
Yes. Be patient. The quick play spell, Sangenpai, lets you either special summon a fire dragon monster from your hand or add a level 4 or lower fire dragon monster from your deck to your hand. However, if you activate it during the battle phase, you get to do both. This means you can go straight to battle phase and start your combo there, essentially making this card a 1-card combo all by itself. Kaiman can also act as an extender for Pydra, helping you access Chundra during the battle phase and continue your plays. Oh, and did I mention that Fodra, Pydra, and Chundra can all synchro summon during the battle phase? This allows many of your plays to happen outside of main phase 1, making it much harder for your opponent to interact with you, while also helping you set up devastating OTKs. Speaking of making your opponent miserable, let's talk about the field spell. Sangen Summoning is the kind of card that other meta decks would absolutely kill for. During main phase 1, it gives your fire dragon monsters protection, meaning Pydra, Genroku, Fodra, and Chundra are almost guaranteed to resolve. As if that wasn't enough, it can also search one of those monsters by making you discard a card. For a card that's powerful, it's barely even a drawback. And believe it or not, this card has one more effect that people often forget about. We'll get back to that soon. If you're enjoying the guide so far, consider leaving a like and subscribing. It helps out the channel more than you might think, and it lets me keep making videos like this. Also, let me know your favorite archetype down in the comments. Let's get into the real reason why people hate playing against this deck. The synchro monsters are where Tenpai really starts to get ridiculous. These are the cards that turn a few tiny dragons into a 1-turn killing machine. The first synchro monster you'll usually summon is Sangenpai Bident Dragon, a level 7 fire dragon tuner with some incredibly powerful effects. When Bident is synchro summoned, it can special summon a fire dragon monster from your graveyard. Sure, it locks you into dragons afterwards, but considering this deck only needs dragons to OTK, that's hardly a drawback. Bident also has a second effect that's somehow even crazier. If 3 or more attacks have been declared this turn, Bident can special summon itself from the graveyard and destroy a spell or trap on the field. Now this effect is so strong that Konami made it once per duel. Thankfully, Tenpai players only plan on staying around for 1 turn anyways. However, Bident isn't the end goal here. For some reason, Bident gains another head. Meet Trident Dragion. Yes, Bident literally gains another head and becomes one of the most terrifying OTK tools ever printed. While Trident technically isn't a Tenpai card, it might as well be because of how perfectly it fits into the strategy. And this is where things get really stupid. When Trident is Synchro summoned, it can destroy up to 2 cards you control to gain that many additional attacks. Normally that's enough to threaten the game. Remember that secret effect on Sangen summoning I mentioned earlier? When Sangen summoning is destroyed by a card effect, you can target one of your Synchro summoned Dragon monsters and double its attack. Wait, double its attack? That's right. A 3000 attack Trident Dragion can suddenly become a 6000 attack monster that attacks 3 times. That's up to 18,000 damage. Your opponent only has 8,000 life points. I think you can see where this is going. And finally, we have the boss monster of the deck, Sangenpai Transcendent Dragion. Transcendent Dragion hits the field and immediately takes control of the battle phase, forces your opponent's monsters into attack position, prevents your opponent from activating cards or effects during the battle phase, and forces their monsters to attack if they're able to. If Bident and Transcendent Dragion sound similar, that's because they are. Just like Bident, if 3 or more attacks have been declared, Transcendent Dragion can special summon itself from the graveyard. Except this time, instead of only destroying a spell or trap, it can destroy any card on the field. Monster, gone. Spell, gone. Trap, gone. At this point, your opponent can't behind defense position, can't activate effects during battle, and it's probably staring at enough damage to end the duel 3 times over. And with that, we've covered all the core cards in the deck. Now that we know what all of the cards do, it's time for the fun part, actually putting them together. Let's go through the basic combo starting with the cards you'll see most often. First, let's go over the combo starting with Pydra. Begin by normal summoning Pydra to search Sangen summoning. Activate the field spell to add Tenpai Dragon Chudra to your hand, and then special summon Chudra and head straight into the battle phase. Attack first with Pydra, followed by Chudra, choosing not to activate either monster's effects. This sets up your Synchro plays. Use Pydra and Chudra to Synchro summon Sangenpai Bident Dragon, then activate Bident to revive Chudra from the graveyard. Chudra will special summon Fadra from the deck, and Fadra will bring back Pydra, giving you all 3 monsters back on the field. Attack with your revived monsters before using Bident and one of your level 3 monsters to Synchro summon Trident Dragion. Bident's effect will activate to special summon itself from the graveyard. Trident Dragion will then activate to destroy both the field spell and Chudra, since we won't be needing either of those cards for the rest of this game. In dire situations, you can Synchro summon into Sangenpai Transcendent Dragion, which can make all defense position monsters your opponent controls into attack, allowing you to OTK even easier. Next, let's look at the combo starting with Chudra. Simply normal summon Chudra and move directly into the battle phase. Attack with Chudra first, using its effect to special summon Pydra from the deck. Pydra will search Sangen summoning, allowing you to activate the field spell and boost your monster's attack later in the battle phase. After that, use Chudra and Pydra to Synchro summon Sangenpai Bident Dragon. Bident revives Pydra, letting you transition smoothly into Trident Dragion. Finish the combo by destroying your field spell with Trident's effect, giving it the extra attack needed to close out the duel. Finally, if your opening card is Sangen summoning, activate it to search Genroku. Special summon Genroku, then tribute it to bring out Pydra, who will search the quick play spell Sangenkai. Enter the battle phase and activate both effects in sequence, adding Chudra to your hand before immediately special summoning it. Attack with both Pydra and Chudra, then use them to Synchro summon Sangenpai Bident Dragion. Bident revives Chudra, which brings out Fadra, and Fadra revives Pydra. From there, use Bident and Pydra to Synchro summon Sangenpai Transcendent Dragion, then revive Bident and combine it with Fadra to make Trident Dragion. Destroy both your field spell and Transcendent to power up Trident, allowing it to attack immediately while Transcendent destroys another card on your opponent's field. For starting with Sangenkaiman, you will want to search for Pydra and start your play from there. For Genroku, you will follow suit to the same thing. Finally, we're going to go over a deck list that works great for pure Tenpai, we're going to make a Bisteel version that's great, and finally a deck that we've seen in the clips so far. Alright y'all, so in true NJR fashion, we will be looking at the decks without any script. If you guys don't know what most of these cards do, that's okay. I would say that Red Reboot's not very good. Dominus Impulse is good. Most of these cards are good. I just wouldn't play this card. I would play something else. And Dora, I wouldn't use Dora since it's your normal summon. It doesn't have really good effects, and if it gets negated, it still buns. So, no point. Now the extra monsters, now these are interesting. Tirefield gets nuked. Honestly, we go for the your opponent cannot activate monster effects during the battle phase. That's the whole thing for this. For Cyber's Quantum, it says when you control a monster, monsters your opponent control cannot target monsters you control for attacks except this one. So it's a 2500. Hopefully your opponent can't beat over it. If they can, at the start of the damage step, you can return a monster to the hand, and this card can make a second attack in a row. So this just helps clear shit up. Navy is just negates on the field for each tuner. So you have Bident and Chudra. This is 2 negates. Trident's your OTK. We already talked about that. This card is kind of cool. You can target one of your banished light or dark monsters and you can special summon it to your field. And when you do, I don't know why people don't do this. When you use Bisteel Dissipator, you're using the 6 and the 4. If you special summon to your field one of the banished light or dark monsters, right? You're going to special summon back to 6. You don't need to use a you can still go into this using like Bident and either Genroku, or I guess it would have to be Fadra or Pydra. And you can special summon back this. Bident comes back. Bident special summons out Chundra, and you can get a Baron de Fleur. People sleep on that tech. I don't know why people do. I would play this if I played pure because it's a free pop on the field. You have a 3k beat stick that can also negate an effect. It's an Omni negate. Obviously, Typhons if you start losing. This card's really good. It's not like people hate on it because it's got a low win rate, but you shouldn't have a high win rate with this card anyways. This is if you're getting like bent over. Promethean lets you grind game, you get a special summon back a monster. Almirage, I don't know why people play this card. This card's horrible. I guess if you want to clear something off your field, but like normal summon monsters with less than 1,000 attack, which would be Dora and Genroku. So I guess, but Hieratic for if you go first, Haida because we like wasting our extra deck slots, and SP Little Knight because I guess you could use Almirage or Haida and add. So I guess you're actually better playing Doolittle. I don't know why people play Haida. Or Almirage is okay, I guess, because you have the targets, but still, I wouldn't even play that. So the next deck list we have, as you can see, I'm not done it. I haven't played on this account with the Bastiles yet. This is more of like an idea, since the new support was added. I don't know how much I like it. I like it personally when I was playing in Dueling Nexus. I was playing like there's like the against people. That's just, I'm not gonna get into it. Maxi, obviously we know what Ash Blossom, Ghost Bell is good for, graveyard effects. We have the Typhoon and the Eldum to get into our Radiant Typhoon Vision, and we play Chant because Chant can help get into that too, it helps facilitate that. Fallen of Albaz because it's 1. Ecclesiate because you can special summon, you can tribute special summon 1 Fallen of Albaz, which can help, pop a card on the field potentially, and then this does that. These are like free pops on the field. These can help you, reveal a monster, and then you can send one of these to the graveyard. This lets you get back into your vision, which helps you fuse cards. It's just, the Braindead is more like the Braindead has really good gas, so if you don't OTK, this is what you can do. But I know you guys see there's 16 extra monsters. You're like, what? What is this? So you can choose to play Verte Anaconda or one of the Synchros. You could drop Bident down to 1. This is just the deck list I would say is good. The extra monsters are obviously up to you. I already talked about Typhon, but this card's really good. I would keep this card. Keep this card. Keep Transcendent. Keep Dragion. Keep your 2 Super Poly targets. Keep Bident. And yeah, that's what I would do. And that's the Bastille deck list. And finally, we have my deck list, which I built. I took a little bit of inspiration from different people, but this is the deck list I built. I love it. I play it. It's like a pure Sky Striker, Radiant Typhoon, Tenpai deck, and you just smash everybody. We're playing Ultimate Slayer. Unfortunately, Super Poly got dropped down to 2, which sucks. I would always play this card at the highest. Every single deck I make, I put this card in because this card is broken. Super Poly is the best card to ever be printed. You have Maxi, you have your Ash Blossoms. I play only 2 because I don't like filling up my deck with hand traps. Fulos because Fulos is fantastic, in my opinion. Dimension Shifter because why not? Ultimate Slayer, we have Lightning Storm, Triple Tactics Talent with Thrust, so Thrust can get us into Ultimate Slayer. We have our Field Spell, some Negates, some Tokens, Belong for the Ultimate Slayer. Same with Mirror Logic. If you want to know what these cards do, if you want me to make like a full-on Ultimate Slayer guide, you guys should just leave likes, leave it in the comments, and I'll make it. I will make it. And next, let's answer the final question. Is Tenpai Dragons Braindead? Oh shit! Oh shit, they saw! So is Tenpai Dragon actually the most Braindead deck in Yu-Gi-Oh? Honestly, it's definitely in the conversation. This is a deck whose entire strategy can basically be summarized as go to battle phase and see what happens. Half the time it feels like the hardest decision you'll make is remembering to activate Sangen Summoning before you start swinging. Now to be fair, there is some skill involved. Good players know how to bait interruptions, manage their hand traps, and play through disruptions. When compared to a lot of decks that require a PhD in combo theory just to end on like 1 or 2 negates, Tenpai is really easy. So if your dream deck is one that lets you play 15 hand traps, turn your brain out at 20%, and still threaten 8,000 damage every game, congratulations. You found your soulmate. Love it or hate it, Tenpai Dragon completely changed the game. Terrorized tournaments, makes everybody fear the battle phase again, and proves that sometimes the strong strategy is just asking one question. We like battle phase. We go battle phase? And with that, I'll leave you with this final question. Is Tenpai Dragons Braindead?